When this thing is tense, later. Get low. Silence. Trouble us not. It's better from now have more. Now that I don't want myself, you're a counselor. Use your authority. Or pray for the mischance of the hour if thou wilt not. Taking the topsail. Lower. Lower. Hang the dry with main course.
The hour is now come. Be attentive. Canst thou remember a time before we came unto this cell? I do not think thou canst, for then thou wast not 3 years old.
Certainly, sir, I can. And 'tis far off and rather like a dream than the assurance of my remembrance warrants. Had I not 4 or 5 women once attended me?
Thou hast, and more. 12 years since, Miranda. 12 years since. Thy father was the Duke of Milan and a prince of powers.
Sir, are not you my father?
Thy mother was a piece of virtue, and she said thou wast my daughter. And thy father was Duke of Milan, and thou his only heir, and princess, no worse issue.
Oh, the heavens! What foul play was it that we came from thence?
My foul play, as thou sayest, will we heave thence. But blessedly hold hither.
Please, you farther.
My brother, and thy uncle, called Antonio. I pray thee mark me. He whom next thyself of all the world I love, and to him but the manage of my state. The government I cast upon my brother, to my state grew stranger, being transported and wrapped in secret studies. Thy false uncle, dost thou attend me?
Sir, most he.
Thy false uncle, having both the key of officer and office, set all hearts in the state to what tune pleased his ear. And my false brother awaked an evil nature. He did believe he was indeed the Duke. Alas, poor Milan. to most ignoble stupid.
Oh, the heavens.
Mark his condition and the event. Then tell me if this might be a brother.
I should sin to think but nobly of my grandmother. Good wounds have borne bad sons.
Now the condition. A treacherous army levied. One midnight, fated to the purpose, did Antonio open the gates of Milan. And the ministers for the purpose hurried thence, me and thy crying self.
Alack, for pity! Wherefore did they not that hour destroy us?
Dear they durst not. So dear the love my people bore me. In view they hurried us aboard a bark, and bore us some leagues to sea. For they had prepared a rotten carcass of a boat, not tackled, nor rigged, sail, nor mast. The very rats instinctively have quit it. There they hoist us to cry to the sea, whose fury roared back at us, to sigh to the winds, whose pity, sighing back again, did us but loving wrong.
Alack, what trouble was I then to you?
Oh, a cherubim thou wast, that did preserve me. Thou didst smile, infused with a fortitude from heaven.
How came we ashore?
By providence divine, some food we had, and some fresh water that a noble Neapolitan, Gonzalo, out of his charity did give us, stuffs and necessaries. And knowing I loved my books, he furnished me from mine own library with volumes that I prize above my dukedom.
Might I could ever see that man?
Now I rise. Sit still, and hear the last of our sea sorrow. Here did we arrive in this island, and here have I, thy schoolmaster, made thee more profit than other princesses.
Heavens, thank you for it. But I pray you, sir, for still this beating in my mind. Your reason for raising the sea storm?
Know thus far forth, by accident, most strange, bountiful fortune, now my dear lady, hath mine enemies delivered upon this shore. Here, cease more questions. Thou art inclined to sleep. I know thou canst not choose. Come away, servant, come! I'm ready for thee, Ariel, come!
All hail, great bastard! Brave Sir Hail! I come to answer thy best pleasure, be it to fly, to swim, to dive into the fire, to ride in the curled cloud, to thy strong maiden task. Ariel, in all her quality,
Hast thou spirit performed to point to the tempest that I bade thee?
to every article. I boarded the king's ship, now in feet, now in place. In the deck and in every cabin I flamed in amazement. Sometimes I meet, divide, and burn in many places. Oh, the dreadful thunderclaps! More momentary than sight outrunning for naught. Fire and cracks of sulphurous roaring from most mighty Neptune seem to besiege and make his bold ways tremble, yet his dread trident shake.
That's my brave spirit. Who is so firm, so constant that this coil would not infect his reason?
Not a soul, but felt the fever of the night and played some tricks of desperation. All but mariners plunged into the foaming brine and quit the vessel. Then, all afire within me, the king's son Ferdinand, with hair up staring, first I agreed, not hair, was the first who leapt and cried, "Hell is empty and all the devils are here!"
That's my spirit. But was not this nigh shore?
Close by, my master.
But are they, Ariel, safe? work.
Is there more toil? Since thou dost give me pains, let me remember thee what thou hast promised, which is not yet performed me.
How now, moody? What is it thou canst demand?
My liberty.
Before the time be out, no more.
I prithee, I have done thee worthy service, told thee no lies, made thee no mistakings, served without grudge or grumblings. Thou didst promise to bake me a full year.
Hast thou forgot from what a torment I did free thee?
No.
Thou liest, malignant thing! Hast thou forgot the foul witch Sycorax, who with age and envy was grown into a hoop? Hast thou forgot her?
No, sir.
Thou hast! This damned witch Sycorax, for mischiefs manifold, and sorceries terrible, thou knowest, was banished. For one thing she did, they would not take her life. Is not this true?
Aye, sir.
This blue-eyed hag was hither brought with child, and here was left by the sailors. And, for thou wast a spirit too delicate to act her earthy and abhorred commands, she did confine thee into a cloven pine, where thou didst painfully remain 12 years, within which space she died, and left thee there. Then was this island, save for the sun she did litter here, a freckled whelp, hagborn, not honored with a human shape.
Yes, Caliban, her son.
He that Caliban who now I keep in my service. Thou best knowest what a torment I did find thee. Thy groans did make wolves howl, and penetrate the breasts of ever angry bears. It was a torment to lay upon the damned. It was mine art, when I arrived and heard thee, that made gape the pine, and let thee out.
I thank thee, master.
If thou more murmurest, I will rend an oak, and peg thee in his knotty entrails, till thou hast howled away 12 winters.
Pardon, master. I'll be correspondent to thy command, and do thy spiriting gently.
Do so, and after 2 days, I will discharge thee.
Now that's my noble master. What shall I do? Say what? What shall I do?
Go make thyself like a nymph of the sea. Be subject to no sight but thine and mine, invisible to every eyeball else. Go take the shape and hither cometh, hence with diligence. Awake, dear heart, awake. Thou hast slept well. Awake.
Strangeness of your story, heaviness.
Shake off. Come. We'll visit Caliban, my slave. Never yields us kind answer.
'Tis a villain, sir, I do not love to look on.
But, as 'tis, we cannot miss him. He does make our fire, fetch in our wood, and serves in offices that profit us. What, O slave Caliban? Thou art thou? Speak!
There's wood enough within.
Come forth, I say, there's other business for thee. Come, thou tortoise, when? Ah, fine Ariel, hearken I here.
My lord, it shall be done.
Thou most poisonous slave, got by the devil himself, upon thy wicked dam, come forth!
As wicked dew as ever my mother brushed with raven's feather from unwholesome fen drop on you both. A southwest blow on ye and blister you all over.
For this, be sure, tonight thou shalt have cramps. Thou shalt be pinched as thick as honeycomb, each pinch more stinging than bees that made 'em.
I must eat dinner. This island is mine. My cigarettes and another which thou takest from me. When thou camest first, thou strokest me and madest much of me. Wouldst give me water with berries in it, and teach me how to name the bigger light, and how the less that burn by day and night. And then I loved thee, and showed thee all the qualities of the island, fresh springs, brine pits, the barren place and fertile. Cursed be I that did so. All the charms of sycorax, toads, beetles, bats, light on you, for I am all the subjects that you have, which first was mine own king. And here you sty me in this hard rock, whilst you do keep from me the rest of the island.
Thou most lying slave, whose stripes may move not kindness. I have used thee, filth as thou art, with human care, and lodged thee in mine own cell, till thou didst seek to violate the honor of my child.
Would it had been done, thou didst prevent me. I had peopled else this isle with caravans.
Abhorrent slave, which any print of goodness will not take, being capable of all ill. I pity thee, took pains to make thee speak, taught thee each hour one thing or other, but thy vile race had that in it which good natures could not abide to be with. Therefore wast thou deservedly confined into this rock, who hadst deserved more than a prison.
You taught me language, and my profit on it is, I know how to curse. The red plague ruined you from learning me your language.
Hence, seed, hence! Fetch us in fuel and be quick. Shruggest thou, malice, if thou neglectst or dost unwillingly what I command, I'll rack thee with old cramps, fill all thy bones with aches, and make thee roar that beasts shall tremble at thy day.
No, I prithee. I must obey. His arm is of such power that would control my dance god Setebos and make a vassal of him.
So, slave, hence!
Come on to these yellow sands, and then take hands. Curtsy when you have and kiss, while ways with. Would it be free here and there, and the scribes will burden there? I hear the strain of the strutting chanter clear cry.
Where should this music be? In the air or in the earth? But it sounds no more. Sitting on a bank, weeping again, the king, my father wrecked. This music crept by me upon the waters alive, both its fury and my passions. Thence I have followed it, or it hath drawn me rather. But 'tis no more. No, it begins again.
Of his gold, a coral made, those were pearls that were his eyes.
The ditty does remember my drowned father.
That just
This is no mortal business, nor no sound that the earth owes. I hear it now above me.
into something rich and strange. See this alley ring his knell. Hark, now I hear them jingle bell.
The fringed curtains of thine eye advance, and say what thou seest yon.
What is it? A spirit? Lord, how it looks about. Believe me, sir, it carries a brave form, but 'tis a spirit.
No, wench.
gallant, which thou seest, was in the wreck, and but in something stained with grief that's beauty's canker. One might call him a goodly person. He had lost his fellows, and strays about to find them.
I might call him a thing divine, for nothing natural I ever saw so noble.
It goes on, I see, with my soul props it. Spirit, fine spirit, I'll free thee within 2 days for this.
Most sure, the gods on whom these heirs attend, vouchsafe my prayer, may know if you remain upon this island, and that you would some good instruction give, how I may bear me here. My prime request, which I do last pronounce, is, oh, you wonder, if you be maid would know.
No wonder, sir, but certainly a maid.
My language, heavens, I am the best of them that speak this speech, if I am where 'tis spoken.
How now? The best? What wert thou, if the King of Naples heard thee?
A single thing, as I am now that wanders to hear thee speak of Naples. He does hear me, and for that he does, I weep. Myself and Naples, never since having mine eyes of heaven beheld the king, my father, wrecked.
Alack for mercy.
Yes, faith, and all his lords, the Duke of Milan, and his brave son being twain.
Duke of Milan and his more braver daughter could now control thee, if now 'twere fit to do it. At the first sight they have changed eyes. Thou hast done well, fine Ariel. A word, good sir. I fear you've done yourself some wrong. A word.
Why speaks my father so ungently? This is the third man that e'er I saw, the first that e'er I sighed for. Pity move my father to be inclined my way.
Oh, if a virgin and your affections not gone forth, I will make you the queen of Naples.
Soft, sir. One word more. You are both in either's powers, but this swift business I must uneasy make, lest too light winning make the prize light. A word, good sir, I charge thee that thou attend me. Thou dost here usurp the name thou owest not, and hast put thyself upon this island as a spy, to win it from me, the Lord honest.
No, as I am a man.
There's nothing ill can dwell in such a tent. If the ill spirit have so fair a house, good things will strive to dwell with it.
Come, speak not you for him. He's a traitor. Come, I'll manacle thy neck and feet together. Sea water shalt thou drink. Thy food shall be the fresh-cooked mussels, withered roots and husks wherein the acorn cradled. Follow!
No! I'll resist such entertainment until my enemy has more power.
Dear father, make not too rash a trial of him, for he's gentle and not fearful.
What? I say my foot, my tutor. Put thy sword up, traitor, who makes to show, but darest not strike. Thy conscience is so possessed with guilt. Here, come from thy ward, for I can here disarm thee with this stick, and make thy weapon drop.
Beseech you, father!
Hence, hang not on my garment.
Sir, have pity, I'll be his surety.
Silence! One word more shall make me chide thee, if not, hate thee. What? An advocate for an impostor? Hush. Thou thinkst there is no more such shapes as he, having seen but him and Caliban. Foolish wench! To the most of men, this is a Caliban, and they to him are angels.
My affections are then most humble. I have no ambition to see a goodlier man.
Come. Thy nerves are in their infancy again, and have no vigor in them.
So they are. My spirits, as in a dream, are all bound up. My father's loss, the weakness which I feel now, nor this man's threats, to whom I am subdued, are but light to me. Might I but once a day behold this maid through my prison cell. All corners else of the world, let liberty make use of. Space enough have I in such a prison.
our escape is much beyond our loss. Our hint of woe is common. Every day, some sailor's wife, the master of merchants, and the merchant have just our theme of woe. But, for the miracle, I mean, our preservation, few, in millions, can speak like us. Then wisely, good sir, weigh our sorrow with our comfort.
I prithee. There.
He receives comfort like cold porridge.
The visitor will not give him more so.
Look, he's winding up the watch of his wit. By and by it will strike.
Sir,
One, tell,
when every grief entertained that's offered comes to the entertainer,
$1.
the Lord comes to him indeed. The unspoken sure to be not proposed.
You have taken it wiselier than I meant you should.
Therefore, my lord,
Fie, what a spendthrift is here this time. I prithee, spare.
well, I have none. But yet,
He will be talking.
Which of you, Adrian, for a good wager, first begins to crow?
The old call.
The cockerel?
Done. Waiter.
A lad.
A match.
Though this island seemed to be deserted,
So you're paid.
uninhabitable and almost inaccessible,
Yet?
yet
She could not miss.
it must needs be of subtle, tender, and delicate temperance.
Ah, temperance is a delicate witch.
Aye, and the subtle, as she most learnedly delivered.
The air breathes upon us here most sweetly.
As if it had lungs and rotten ones.
Or it was perfumed by a bed.
here is everything advantageous to life.
True, save the means to live.
Of that there's none.
Or little, but the rarity of it is, which is indeed almost beyond credit,
As many vouched rarities are.
that our garments, being as they were, drenched in the sea, hold notwithstanding their precious velocity, being rather new dyed than stained with salt water.
If but one of his pockets could speak, would it not say he lies?
Aye, or else very falsely pocket up his entire report.
Methinks our garments now as fresh as we put them on first in Africa, at the marriage of the king's fair daughter Clarabelle to the king of Tunis.
'Twas a sweet marriage, and we passed it well in our return.
Tunis was never graced before with such a paragon to its queen.
Sir, we were talking that our garments seem now as fresh as we put them on in Africa, at the marriage of your daughter, who's now queen.
You cram these words into my ears against the stomach of my sick